welcome you on my channel An Evolving Mind of Compliance. Today I would be discussing a very relevant issue which has plagued the entire financial crime industry across the world. And I have given it a name as failures to fine. What are the failures which have left to the fine across the financial institutions in the world? And I would be discussing you over a cup of coffee. Today being in a cold, so the coffee and compliance will go hand in hand. So I hope that you all will enjoy, and I also want you to listen to this video with your coffee on. See, the primary issue what I have been reading across, it's been said that STR not filed, there is a lack in customer due diligence, the periodic reviews are not up to the mark, there is not much involvement of the senior management, under incompetent compliance professionals, or the compliance staff is not it's not as per the volume of the business, and secondly the inadequate calibration of the scenarios, transaction monitoring scenarios. Like for example, there are many cash flows coming into the account and immediately going out, penny stocks trading or something like that. Means if you look, there is a pile up of alerts, pile up of reviews and all those things. If you look at this, the phenomena across the fines is exactly the same. These are all the major points what I have counted: the lack in STRs, the piling up of alert, the scenarios are not calibrated, the periodic reviews are not up to the mark, the oversight governance is issue, the compliance staff is not competent, there is no independence of the compliance professionals, and the chief compliance officer itself is not competent or bold enough to take in bold decisions. So this has all been in issues which are common across all the fines, but there is an underlying thing what all these failures convey. That is a deliberate act. It cannot be the case that the alerts are pending to be dispositioned and we are not active. Audit after audit, the same reoccurrence of the same issues are taking place, but we are not remediating on time and as per the requirement of the regulators or as per the industry practice. We are not filing STR where it is to be filed. The periodic reviews are not conducted on time or by the competent people. We are asking the frontline staff, those who are conducting the transactions, to themselves monitor. The real-time sanction screenings are not taking place properly. But who is to be responsible? The foremost responsibility goes with the chief compliance officer of an organization. He is not only the chief compliance officer, but he is the one, those who should act as a strong advisors to the senior management in terms of the compliance, formulation of the policy, formulation of the controls, how to make those controls effective, efficient. It's not about the control, just a paper control. We have made some control on a piece of paper to showcase it to the regulators, to the auditors, but at the ground level, the efficacy of it, design of it is very faulty. Let's say, for example, we have a design to monitor the transaction or the real-time screening of the sanction alerts, but the real-time sanction alerts are being discounted by the same set of people, those who are doing the transactions. Definitely they will not be able to see the things which are to be seen, because they are differently trained, and particularly when they are doing the transaction, they themselves cannot say it's wrong. If they are equipped enough, then definitely they will not have carried out the transaction. So in this way, the chief compliance officer has to be competent, should be bold enough. He should not look at the ramifications. He should not be bothered about the ire or wrath of the senior management that yes, if I do this, there will definitely be some kind of a business which might go away. See, the compliance professionals should first and foremost should be practical, and they should also consider them as a part and parcel to the business. They cannot go away without the business. They have to tell the management what we are getting out of, or the business going away is definitely an unhealthy business, which might look good in a short term, but in a long run, that is definitely going to hit. Like for example, if a diabetic person is offered a sweet, they might like it. It's very tasteful, very palatable to have a sweet. But at the same time, in a long run, it might not be good for the body. So we have to have the convincing power. Compliance officers have the role to have a convincing power with the management. Yes, this is what is being eradicated, weeded out of the system is unwanted. It's not healthy. Secondly, the thing is we have to see whatever the findings of the regulator, whatever the findings of the auditor, that should be remediated and should be properly checked that whether it has been remediated or not. If something is getting pending, it has to be ensured upon that we should funnel our energy to that particular aspect so that it should get over within a period of time, with a specific time. But yes, compliance is not simply that we should just run fast, move it. No, compliance cannot be done with a run fast or move on. It has to have a practical aspect to it. A proper speed and accuracy is required. Just the speed in compliance is of no use. It will not result. It is like you might have done it for the sake of doing it, but if you look at the accuracy, efficiency, it's zero, which is like doing nothing. And that has also been the case, and that has been the foremost case across the fines. We have all the controls, but that controls are not being properly followed, because let's say there is a involvement of some senior person who is saying no, if we do it there might be loss of business. It has to be properly followed. It has no deliberation, avoidance of any of the rules and regulations to be done at any level. The chief compliance officer should have a convincing power to the management about the compliance and what benefit the compliance is going to do to the business. So this all should be part and parcel of the chief compliance officers to ensure that there should not be any deliberate avoidance. They should have a convincing power to the senior management. So the reason you forget about anything that because of the STR, because of the periodic reviews, because of this, that, all those things. These are all secondary. The main thing what has been in underlying is attitude of deliberate avoidance or attitude of greed, because greed is also there. We are losing the business because this unhealthy businesses look very lucrative. And as Uday Kotak, one of the veteran banker, has said, we have to be very careful while doing anything which is we should be skeptical about, which looks too good to be true. Similarly, these businesses look too lucrative to be good. They look so lucrative that it's very difficult for us to say no to them. But at the same time, they are somewhere slowly, gradually, like a slow poison eating away into our system, that is gradually going to boil down onto the organization and even to the individuals. Now the laws are very strict enough because the regulators or observing that despite of heavy fines, the things are not in line. So now the personal liability of chief compliance officer and senior management have started to come into the picture. So now if in the near future you will see more and more senior people, chief compliance officers will be held liable for all these anomalies or all these ambiguity, for not taking a proper action, or for the deliberate avoidance or deliberate pendency of any issues across the financial crime compliance spectrum. So with this, I wanted to put across a simple message across to the financial crime compliance fraternity, that we don't think that fines are coming because of any laxity in the controls. No, it is coming because of attitude of greed, attitude of deliberate avoidance, which can very well be avoided with a firm and a courageous and a responsible action. So with this, I thank each and every one of you for listening to my video. I request each and every one to please subscribe, share, like, comment on this video. How did you like it? So that it encourages me to shoot more and more videos, and so that we could have a more compliance society. And with this, I wish you all the very best for your future endeavors.